better? But I'm back. I can move to better lighting anyway. I'm just on, I got my same train of thought kind of. Let me just get another cigarette. Damn. It's my creative energy. I always get interrupted when I'm doing something with my creative energy. Let's just okay, now where was I at? I was at my Mercury is in my sixth house. And the sixth house is work, relationships, health, and under health is the nervous system. Okay. So that would mean when it comes to my my Mercury. So okay, let me show you how degrees work first of all, so you knew how kind of what's going on. So I got 24 degrees of Mercury. Okay, so the bigger the number, getting toward 33, which that means you're coming out of that. So you may not have the heaviest influence there, but I know I do have a heavy influence there. My 24 is tight. So I know it, yeah, yeah, yeah. But then again, too, it rolled right over into the sun. So I don't have a problem expressing myself or being creative when it comes to work, relationships, uh, my health, a healthy type of approach. I prefer to create my own way of thinking when it comes to those type of things. So with the influence of Mercury being in Pisces, I'm more inclined to study more hidden knowledge on with this energy and be like, okay, well, let me tighten up my game now. What kind of plant do this, that, and the other? Something like that. Do more research. I would want to go more into more spiritual and direct contact and in the beginning because the Mercury is in Pisces and that's Pisces influences hidden feelings and the feelings lead you to the hidden knowledge. See, Pisces know that, okay, we've done this before, basically. Okay, that's where we're going with that. That's pretty good. Okay, I guess that's all I was saying. Oh, I was talking about hermetic principles. That's what it was. The law of vibration. Did I explain enough about the what houses and everything? I didn't. I didn't do anybody individual house. I should do what Mercury. Let me see. I can't. I want to say if your Mercury is in this, that, and the other, maybe I could break it down like that. Or, whatever's going to come to me. Because I just need to hurry that up. What else is important about that? What's important is, like I said, it influences third eye chakra. That's very important. Okay. Center of the forehead, brain, neural system, eyes, ears, and nose. So, if I were to tell you that if someone was using an influence, some people call it like a spell, some people putting a spell on you, and they were to use the energy of Mercury to deceive you because they have hidden knowledge because they under Pisces, so they gonna just see how much knowledge you know or whatever, so they can just kind of just mess with your head. You see your brain, your neural system, the way you think, because they know that they can kind of bring out this type of feeling in you to influence the way you think. That's what we say in Mercury and Pisces. That's the kind of energy that I'm saying. Okay, so if we apply this physically, metaphysically, physically, they will do something to affect your ear, nose, and throat. We spoke of this on the previous video. That's what third eye energy is. Okay, they're going to do that. They're going to do something to play illusions with your vision, tricks. Like TV. That's what TV is. TV is like constantly Mercury in Pisces. That's what the energy is. It's deceiving you. It's deceiving you because it brings out feelings. You feel the way you do about certain shows. You feel the way you certain do. The way you do about commercials and stuff like that. Once they stimulate a feeling, then you're gonna think a certain type of, and that's it. And next thing you know, they got your money. I ain't hating on the game. I'm not hating on that. I'm not hating on nothing. I'm teaching y'all how to deal with what's going on out there in them streets. Okay, so this affects Mercury and Pisces can affect the power of the mind. And remember, since we're talking about Pisces, we're talking about occult things, hidden things, tricks. It's easy for somebody. It's like the magician energies. Magician energy to Miss Mercury probably is the card. I don't know because I couldn't find. Oh, heard a book right here, y'all. What a blessing. Be wise then. Let's see who the hell. It's gonna come to me. Y'all keep thinking here. I must have knew something because that's what it is. Mercury is the magician. Maybe my brain is, but it's Wednesday. It's Mercury. It's my Mercury energy. That let me get the big card. You know what? That's good. That's good. Okay, Sam, be back on point. You know what I'm saying? Mercury energy, creativity, and all that. See, I can work with Mercury and Pisces with the hidden knowledge. That don't affect me because I'm always digging. I want to know more. Bam. Purple. You see that? That's the magician. This is Mercury. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about Neptune and all that influence and all that. We have to take this one step at a time. Oh, this is Mercury. Yay! Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see. Let's get some tips of the energy. Now remember, this is not just about you being creative. This is about people playing tricks on you. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Wait a minute. Okay. The planet Mercury represents the conscious mind. But if you don't believe that, I'm going to see some tickets at the end of this. I'm going to put my cash app up there. Okay. The conscious mind and communication. Okay, that's it. Okay. It is symbolic of how we reason and get our message across. Mercury being the messenger to the gods in Greek mythology. See what I'm saying? Think this is where the shit get hidden. Okay, because you know this stuff. Okay. Mercury, being messenger to the gods in Greek mythology, channels information received externally, which means through our senses. Remember I told you, through feeling, to the brain. This is how feeling turn into a thought. And this is the process. That's the process we do. Okay, so in the tarot, we just gonna say when you see the magician card come up in the tarot, this will mean that one who is asking is taking control of their life and organizing their home, their office, or their personal effects. See, Mercury, with Mercury energy, I told you it's individual creative thought. So your first thought is not in a spiritual manner. Your first thought is not of another person or another individual or another problem. Your first creative thought is how to ascend. See, you be on point. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Let's see what else is important. Yada whip you woo, current fields changing anything. Okay, so in Mercury energy, you understand. No, I'm not gonna say just Mercury energy. In Pisces in Mercury energy. See, it get deep with it. You understand that as above, so below, right? You know that as you feel, you think. as you, if you do that backwards, if you think, that's how you gonna feel. Ascension, dissension. Yeah, I did. Yeah, watch the movie. They got plenty of movies out there about that. Okay, so what else we need to know? Attunement with the universe. And when we say attuning, so when you, as above, so below, when we attuning, remember we going up and down Jacob's ladder. So we'll say, do you remember in the scripture where it say the Christ descended into hell? See, okay, so that was the power of dissension that they were speaking of, going up and down the ladder. If you're a magician, with your third eye chakra open, you know that you can go both ways. You can descend up and down as the situation calls for. See, because if somebody, like I said, when people they coming at you, they playing tricks and games on you. You know that whatever they doing, they did what they doing based on a feeling. And they don't learn to get this type of outcome from the crowd or whatever. You know that because you know as above, so below. So if you know that, you have to jump on the situation because your response to them will be based on a feeling, but you've already felt the situation there. You're giving them a thought, but they don't know that because you're the musician, you're the master of the universe. Okay, see, and that's not a lie. That's not a lie what you're giving them. You're giving them the truth, but they can't see that. They can't see that because they don't play the game on meaning, on the masses. So when the master come through, I mean, but it's not that many masters. So I remember I told you the law of numbers will tell you that none of that matters in the long run. The few that know is way more powerful than the many that do not. It'll balance out in the end. That's a long story. Okay, so that's good. That's Mercury. What else we got? Third eye chakra. Today. Okay, now we on pop. I keep on supposed to be applying Pisces to Mercury. This affects your clairvoyance. Okay, if we will apply that to Pisces, Mercury being in Pisces, if somebody were to want to deceive you, they would try to mess with your clarity in how you see a situation. They will create an illusion around, make it seem like something that happened that did not happen. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We would say like crisis actors. That's like that affects people's clarity. And remember, if I told you if your clarity is affected, you can't be clairvoyant. You can't kind of have, you have control of your own future, of course, but you can't really predict or see that path clearly if you're feeling a certain type of way and that doesn't lead into a thought. So that's what you're trying to master. So people will affect your clarity when Mercury is in Pisces because that means they know something you don't. Okay, remember all this is Mercury in Pisces. I mean, so it's creative energy. That's what it is. So people be thinking like it's a new. They'll see something on the news. We'll say a scenario, just a scenario. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something like is something real common. Because I don't like to get into this individual shit that anyway, something that people just pick up and they just run with. They just go with that. Oh, I heard that here, and it just blows up into like a really big deal. Those things are like, especially it's like this, but you don't know not one person. You personally don't know anybody that was like involved in this event. Say if it was a movement downtown and the police did something to somebody And it was just a movement going on. Everybody gonna march downtown with it, but you don't know that person, or you don't know that person's family, or you don't know really anybody who knows that person personally, that you can say that's my cousin's friend, so and so, so and so. That type of movement right there, that's what Pisces, Mercury and Pisces will do. That right there, because you already forming, they can get you to feel a certain type of way, and then they get you to move on that. You see what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't have no verification. You didn't have any type of creative energy about that. You didn't say like, "Oh my God, what the hell happened? Let me go over to these people's house. Where's his mama address?" And call your mama or grandmama and say, I know y'all know them. I know y'all know them. I know we got people in this city or whatever. You didn't have a creative energy about it, but you jumped on a movement. That's what that is. Okay, and I'll try to explain it, break it down. It's just lack of clarity. Rejection of spiritual information. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. That's the opposite sphere of your creative energy. Is like getting into some kind of religious cult, which is, in a religious cult is just if you follow any group, any type of group and stuff, it's a cult. I mean, look up the word cult. Look up the meaning of it. It's right there in Webster Merriam. I don't use regular dictionary. You got to use Webster Merriam. Because they have a variety of ways that they have different terminologies, different definitions for that word that most people just don't know. But when I was in school, we used to play those games. We used to have spelling bees and stuff like that. Plus, me and Daddy used to play Bible games and stuff like that. Because when I get mad, I run over to Mom and Daddy house, and I bring my little pillowcase, and I stay 2 weeks, 2 months. And me and Daddy be sitting up there and we play Bible games and definitions and stuff like that. And we always use the expanded dictionary and stuff like that. And so that was helpful. But I digress once again. Okay, so what else I want to say about Mercury in Pisces? That's the magician. They done made a donation to my cash app. Brittany Kim, I told you. I'm getting me some more glitters at all costs. I got to have them glitters. I done bought her out, y'all. But y'all can get them from me. I tell you what, if anybody, for real though, if you want some glitters, because these are so attractive. And they get your chakras going. If you want some glitters, you have to tell me so I can tell Brittany, because she have to special order these now because Sam B have bought her out, honey. I told y'all. Y'all hit me on my cash app. I have every color. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yes, I am gonna do that. I'm gonna put my cash app. Okay, so Mercury. I flipped through here because I have to go with what I feel that we need to know. Uh, okay, so now when these people is trying to run game on us, okay, that's really third eye. Now, since I'm the magician and I'm the master of my own universe, when they are trying to do this, which is really what it is, see, they want to they want to break your spirit in these many like illusions that they play. They want to like break your spirit. But let's see what we're gonna do. So this is what I would do. If my Mercury was oppressed, which means I'm not clear on things. I question things internally, but I don't speak on them. I don't speak to nobody that can really like answer my questions. And then and the reason that is because something inside of you is one to form an independent thought. Does that make sense? You thinking it and you wondering like, well, why is it like that? But you don't say that like out loud. Like if like I told you, my Mercury and my Sun are in the same house, so that means once I process my feeling and it get to thought, it's going to communication. I mean, I'm a Leo sun, and my sun house is there, and my priorities are always either my family, because they said I was in the sixth house. That's Virgo. That's work relate. So it's about my work. That's why I don't like people wasting my time when it comes to like work or something like that. I'm like, so how can I help you? I mean, do you have your ducks in a row? I'm very grounded when it comes to that. Same thing with relationships. I'm not. I don't have my head in the air about like relationship stuff. Like I'm grounded. That's a earth quality. I'm like, okay, okay. Well, we'll see. What we can do. How this can. We try to just keep liking each other till we can. And what I'm saying. You get realistic because that's in the Virgo house there. So health wise or something like that. It's only so many trips. I'm grounded. I'm gonna run to the doctor. They don't do shit. We contemplated and eventually figure it out logically because that's where it's in my like my medical chart. That's my way of thinking. That's my way of thinking. So my challenges with that would be like, I have to stay away from people that okay. I have to stay away from going into situations where I'm gonna criticize other things, other people for what they're doing. Like I said, that's why with my Mercury being where it is, my practical, logical nature says, well, if my attorney did not do a good job, I will not hire another attorney without knowing the duties of the attorney. I will not do that. I will not put myself in that type of situation because now I know that I will have the power to manipulate my fee. Because I can tell her, okay, this is what's going to happen, bitch. You going to do this part because they need a number downtown at court. But I'm doing the paperwork on this. You're not gonna triple bill me because I'm gonna file this downtown until the judge tell me I can't file no more. He needs your number. See what I'm saying? Cause see that you know what I'm saying. That $10,000 fee just dropped down. It better had dropped down to 3,000. Well, you see what I mean. You get power from these type of things. Creativity. That's because I'm like grounded in a earth sign right there. That's that type of energy. But say that your my Pisces was right there, and Pisces like to daydream. I be dreaming of the ideal whatever. Oh, one day I'm gonna have the ideal situation. I'm gonna have that ideal lawyer. You know what would it feel like to have that idea? You see what I'm saying? I would because that's the nature of the Pisces to dream, daydream. But it's a creation, that. But that wouldn't be good in that area. That wouldn't be good for that. So that's just an example of kind of how that works and how it's work or whatever. Okay, let's see what else do we have. Let me flip through my book and see how it comes to me. Mercury. Okay, so if y'all have any questions or concerns, you have to go to my website. Okay. It's Yeah. I'll put it up there. Because I have more detailed notations about the actual energy of Mercury and stuff like that. But this kind of tells you what an overall universal thing is. Like I said, with this type of energy in the astrological place that is in, and the astronomy astronomical place that they're saying that is in. And when they saying astronomy, okay, so I like to me it's like I like to say astrology is kind of like the inner wheel. And astronomy to me is outside here. Because your whole journey in your work is about like you. These are you. These are energies. And then you learn about yourself. Then you learn about other people's energies. But outside astronomy wise, that's to me that's like outside like